All right, you amazing humans, we've made it to another Friday, Pat. Big waves to you. Happy Friday, everybody. Hey, Vicky. Hey, Bob, Dr. Bob. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, if you guys are anywhere close to Birmingham, Alabama this weekend, we've got an event there. Even if you're not in our company, stop by, get a hug, get a picture. We'd like to get a squeeze of our Coaches Corner community. So, the work we didn't see um, Jennifer Cartel, if anybody knows Jennifer, I think it's Jennifer's birthday, but I'm not sure if it's anybody else's. So if it is your birthday, let us know in the chats and the comments. And Petra, everybody check out Petra this morning. She's rocking the Mardi Gras. Okay. Everybody are close to it. Is that right? Okay. Okay. I thought I was on board with that. So all right, for all of our Louisiana friends, natives, we hope you guys have an amazing celebration this weekend. So, word for the year, Janelle Bunt, this word is for you, lady. Love you so much out of Texas. And the word is flow. Flow. So, I absolutely love looking into this, and I got to hurry because Andrew's like, you're not going to leave me no time. But if you look at the definition of flow, it's like in a state of being fully immersed in an activity. Like you're in the zone, baby. Like you're dialed in. Um, Everything feels smooth, like effortless, natural. And here's what I would say. I have had moments where I've been in the flow, and it's usually where, man, my desk is cleaned off. I've got my to-do list dialed in. I'm going to make 10 calls. I'm knocking out my calls, start the morning. Like everything's in a line. I got my parking spot, right? How many of you are creatures of habit? Like you love that parking spot that you park at every morning. Don't get out and don't get in my park. And how many of you can feel that? You're like, I know what you mean by being in the flow. Like you kind of got your thing, you got your mojo going on. And then life happens. Oh my goodness, there's an event over here. There's something going on over here. Kids got a program. Grandkids got something to do. Before you know it, you're like, what happened to my flow? My life is now a wreck again. My dishes are not washed. Like my desk is back dirty. Everything's going crazy. What happened? Life. Okay. So I have to say that about flow because sometimes when you're not feeling the mojo, when you're not feeling the flow, Beth, that's the time we detach. We get mad. Like we're like, what? So you kind of drift off. And then you're like, is that thing still going on? And it's like, yes, you just detached for a little while. It's okay. You lost your flow. Now get back on board, right? We all love you. So for me, flow is so big. And the highest compliment I can get sometimes is someone saying, Brent Palmer is the most, it's really funny because I laugh inside when they say this. Brent Palmer is the most consistent person I know. Like this guy just is consistent, consistent, consistent. And I'm laughing inside because, guys, I have so much going on in my life that is inconsistent and out of balance and out of whack. And so I kind of chuckle inside when they say that. So we can have a few things that we make the world think, man, we got this thing going on. We're in our flow. But I challenge you to do this. If you're wanting flow in an area, you go, you know what? I got to get back to walking. I got to get back to running. I got to get back in the gym. Go get you an outfit. Go buy yourself a new pair of tennis shoes. Like sometimes you got to like clear the desk off. Sometimes you got to put the paper clips here and the pens over here. Sometimes you got to go buy a new set of pens. You're like, what would a new set of pens do for you? Get you in the flow. Sometimes you got to go get a new journal. Like you're like, I do everything in this 3-ring binder. Like that's my life. And then when I run out, I get another one. But this is flow for me. Anytime I want to get in the flow, I go buy a new 3-ring binder and I'm like, ooh, I'm ready to go. So you got to prepare, right? You got to prepare to get into the flow. I always say this in network marketing. If you do network marketing, I wouldn't even say network marketing. I'd say sales in general. You want to get in the flow of sales? You want to sell more homes? You want to sell more nutritional products? You want to sell more cell phones? I don't care what you're doing, cars. Get a list together. Start dialing. I call it dialing for dollars. Like, start dialing. What's up, Arlene? Thought about you and Enos the other day. You in the market for a Corvette? Arlene says, maybe. I'm like, come on, let me take you to lunch. Guess what? I just up my chances of selling a Corvette if I'm a Corvette salesman. So, same thing. Like, I have to get my list together. I got to get my ducks in a row to get in the flow of moving in the direction I want to move to achieve more. So, here's why it's important. I'm going to end with this productivity. It increases it across the board in my health, in my finances. You want to get more spiritual this next week? Get into the Bible, like get into your place. Guess what happens with the flow? Boost creativity. Like when you're in the flow, you're coming up with ideas, like you're jotting them down in your book. You're like, I got this, I'm feeling it. It reduces stress. Here's the thing. If you think that you're going to be in the flow forever and always, good luck to you. Don't take that course, by the way. Listen, there's one perfect person that walked this world, and you're not it, and I'm not it, and he was perfect, right? So here's the thing. It makes work and life more enjoyable. When I'm in the flow, right? It's more fun. Like it's life's more fun. I put my feet on the floor every morning. I'm excited. I got a mission. And then when the flow gets all out of balance, it's not as fun. So guess what I got to do? I got to realign. And know this, I can always hit that reset button. Anytime the flow's out of balance, anytime I slip off and eat some ice cream, mess up my mojo, boom, hit the reset button. Get back into the flow. Andrea, I'll turn it to you.
Okay, so a couple of things. First of all, great lesson. Great job. Second of all, we've got Destiny on here, and her mama is Keela, and her papa is Dapo, but her mama, it's her birthday today. So we might have to sing Tequila at the end. So that's very exciting. And then, two, I'm not sure we quite got the assignment because what you got me wanting to do, all I want to do is go to Staples. Like, I love me some Staples. So I want to go shopping and I want to get a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
And then Hill wants a
Hey,
new Corvette. So I think
the,
that the
the
lesson would have
world
been
is
different.
happy. Keep plugging into the coach's corner. The world's happy. I'm selling more Corvettes, tennis shoes. Staples is selling more pins today. It's amazing.
I mean, I got really excited for a moment there. I'm like, I'm going to Birmingham. I bet they have a big Staples down there. So anyway, okay. So love that. Great lesson. Hill's going to look at Corvettes. We're all going to be happy. But the quote that I found was when you're in the zone, you're not thinking about it. You're just doing it. You're not analyzing. You're not reflecting. You're just doing. And that is when the magic happens. And that's Kobe Bryant. And I think we've all felt that moment like, oh my gosh, it's so almost magical when you're just hopping through. Like time almost stops because you're just getting so much done and you're so productive and it feels so great. And then, kind of like you said, then life happens and you're like, wait a minute, I'm like spinning circles in my family room and I'm not getting anything done. So, what I looked into is okay, how can I flow a little bit more? Right? How can I flow? So, first of all, I've got to find my sweet spot. So, when I'm building out that to do list for the day, and you know, I love me a good to do list, but when I'm building it out, I've got to realize that there is a moment, there is a tipping point, right? Too little on there, and I think, I can wait, right? Too much on there, I'm overwhelmed and I'm not going to get anything done that side either. So finding that spot of the activities that challenge me, that are going to get me there, but maybe not tip me over to the other end where I go, oh man, I've got too many plates to spin and delegate out the extra. Next is to eliminate those distractions. So, I love an organized office, when it's not, because I'm not in there, right? I'm not working in there because it's a mess and it stresses me out. And guess what also happens when I'm not in there? I'm not getting in that flow. So go get your workspace, whatever it looks like. If you're like Coach and you can't talk on the phone without pacing, well, make sure you got a path, right? That you can, it's true. Am I wrong? It's true.
No,
So
it's
make
true.
sure
It's true. It's true.
it's true. So make sure you've got a path that you can pace in. If you're like me and you need a flat surface that's completely clear, well, you better make sure you have it before you try to get yourself in that mode. Next is you've got to follow your energy. And you guys know I have this little ring thing and it kind of tells you whatever. And so this is telling me, and I'm like, well, I kind of knew this. I am a late morning prototype. So for my little self, I am most productive from like 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. So I'm going to put my hardest tasks in that. And if you try to get me to do something at 5 in the morning, well, yeah, I can do it, but I'm not going to be in the flow. Right. So figure out yourself. Maybe you are a night owl. I don't understand you. Like Jason Bradshaw, he's like, I go to work at midnight and that's when he feels the most focused and he's doing all of his stuff and he works really late, but don't call him before noon. Right. Now, don't call me after 9:30 because I'm already tucked in. Right. So whatever it is, figure out what your body needs and what works best for you, because that is going to allow you to use your energy and all of that to your best success. Next is to take breaks when you need them. Sometimes we're going to absolutely flow better when we step away, take our little break. I'm going to say, go listen to those birdies. They're wild right now. And then go back in and get back to work once you're more centered. Trust the process. Don't overthink. Ooh, who's a overthinker? I can't raise my hand high enough. I'm an overthinker. So I've got to just let it start and let that momentum build naturally. And then lastly, enjoy the ride, because flow is not about perfection. Coach already said it. There's only been one perfect person, and I'm never going to do anything perfectly, darn it. So it's about being present and engaged and just getting after it. So great word, Janelle. Loved it this morning. And Kayla, happy birthday, Destiny, thank you for letting us know. And thank you guys for being here with us today.
Great word. I'm going to end with this, Andrea. First of all, just so you know, anytime you say you love a to-do list, I come up with ideas. So just word of advice, you might not want to
Hate
say
to-do
that
list.
because I
Hate
come
to-do
up
list.
with
I've
things
never
to
worked on
do.
a to-do list in my life.
Yeah. And here's what I would say, and I'm going to end with this. To get into the flow in any area of our life, like we got to get around the mojo. We got to get around the people. I'll tell you this, anytime I want to grow in my business, I will surround myself immediately with the doers of the world. It might not be that they join me in my business, but I get around the doers, the thinkers, the motivated people, because they will lead me to a circle I'm looking for. Okay. So yesterday we got involved, and I'm involved with this out, right? That doesn't even have, it might not have anything to do with me, but it does, because it's a different network of people. And I authentically want to be involved with it, but it always brings more. Okay. So if that's health, if that's your exercise program, get around a group of people that's meeting in the morning to go to the gym, to play a game of basketball, like whatever it is. If it's religion, like get around a group of people that's praying for each other, that's got scripture reading going on, things like that. So at the end of the day, if we get around the flow, everybody always asks me about events. Like we got a Colorado Springs event coming up. We got a Monroe, Louisiana event coming up. It's like, well, if that group gets with their core people and says, okay, each one reach one, we're each going to get a guest here. We're each going to put a guest into the seat. Guess what you're going to do for that event? You're going to pack it out, because you got all streamlined and focused and your flow was right for that one particular event. So anyway, great word, Janelle. Thank you so much. Keela, this is for you. We're going to unmute. We hope you have a beautiful day, Miss Keela. Here we go.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
God
Happy birthday.
Great birthday.
bless
See you
you.
guys.
Happy
Have a beautiful day.
birthday,
Love you so
Eli.
much.
I love you.